Well, you have finally got here. You are listening to the Erskine Music Podcast. Here, by popular demand, we discuss life, culture, Christ, and of course, music. These half-hour broadcasts are perfect for a commute, coffee time, chat, or any other gap in your schedule where you want to put great content. So without further ado, let's join the conversation today, already in progress.
All right, hurry up. Let's get to the show. We're late. People are not going to show up if you're late. You got to do this thing on time. You got to let people know every day at 8:45 a.m. they tune in and they get the best that they possibly can of the Erskine Music Show. Sorry I'm a little bit late today, but I got a lot of notes today. Today we got a lot of notes up in this bad boy because we're going to be talking about Justin Jones for president. No, not really. But Justin Jones, if you're watching this, or any of your people are watching this, I'm pretty sure they might be here in Nashville. I'm coming to take your seat, homeboy. Oh my goodness. Tennessee becomes national news and national attention when two of their state legislators, senators, representatives get expelled by the Senate for shenanigans that they were pulling out on the House floor. Oh, there's a lot of passion in the state of Tennessee. Let me localize it. There's a lot of passion in the city of Nashville, where the home studios are for the Erskine Music Show. A lot of passion related to the tragic. My heart goes out to the Covenant families there and all those who have been affected by the recent violence in Nashville. But there's a lot of passion for those who are here in the city of Nashville related to taking away the GUNS and restrictions and various things that are related to that. Why do these type of things happen? Even just yesterday in Louisville, timestamp for this, these kind of things continue to happen, and there are people who they demand answers. Justin Pearson, Memphis. Justin Jones from Nashville. And we're going to talk about this situation that has taken place here with their expulsion, subsequent for Justin Jones, at least at this point, reinstatement back to House Seat 52. And we need to talk about it because my mama used to always say, actually it was my grandma, but grandma used to always say, now you know, two wrongs don't make a right. And that has to definitely apply to this. You know, there's just some of that grandma wisdom that you got to use from time to time. If you're watching the Erskine Music Show, we're going to be using some grandma wisdom today because y'all know two wrongs don't make a right. It's the Erskine Music Show. First clip is just kind of get you guys back into the mode of understanding what this story, kind of where it comes from. And the reason why I'm following the story is one, because it's local, and then two, because it's national, and then three, because stories like this give us a window into our souls. You're going to respond to this, and you're going to respond to this from a context, from a background, from some place in your soul that is going to say, we either agree with this, we disagree with this, we're uncomfortable with this, we see this, we acknowledge this, we're very much in favor of this. But there's going to be reaction that we have here. And I want to make sure that you guys know that this is rooted in history. So local history, present history that is taking place here just a couple of days ago here in Nashville. So let's get to clip number one.
I would like to nominate Representative Justin Jones.
Tonight, a political showdown in Nashville.
Ayes 36, no.
With former Tennessee lawmaker Justin Jones back to the State House just days after his expulsion. The Metro Nashville Council voted unanimously in favor of his reappointment.
This is a message that partisanship has gone so far as to be a force in violating basic principles of democracy.
This special meeting comes after a rare move by House Republicans to remove 3 Democratic lawmakers after they joined a gun control rally on the House floor.
There they go. Actually, March 30th, there, a rally that is taking place on the House floor here at the Capitol, 13 minutes away from where I presently sit, right over there. People in the gallery who were chanting, they obviously, you can look at them there, have bullhorns, they have signs that were there. And One of them is just standing there in solidarity. And I think that is an important point to note here, that the one holding up sign, one with a bullhorn, exciting the people, rocking the people like Darius Rucker, like a wagon wheel up in this bad boy. And so they were definitely out of order. Like, can I just go ahead and come out and say, two wrongs don't make a right? Like Mama used to say, two wrongs don't make a right. So they were definitely wrong. They were out of order. They were out of pocket. You're going to hear this word called decorum. If you never heard that word, it's good. It's a good word. It talks about the decency, the respectability, and the process, due process of how things are done and how things are addressed. And before we had in 2016 this word that comes from political correctness in 2016 called the optics. Before we had things that said, well, what do the optics of that look like? I mean, what if you're just passing by and glancing at a situation, do the optics look like? And we would respond a lot to the optics. The optics are, and we'll get into this a little bit later because we'll have to parse this, I think. The optics are, there's some energetic young black men who are down there with bullhorns and signs who are whipping up a crowd. That doesn't look good. And there is a white woman who is also there, involved in the frenzying activity that's going on to some degree and to some capacity, although not as animated. Now that's going to come up as a part of the discussion. That's why I bring it up now. So the optics of this look a certain way. And I pause this here to just let you guys know that this is not something that was made up, that they were actually there, that they were actually out of order, that they were actually disturbing and interrupting the decorum and procedure of the events in the Senate, state capitol. All right. So look at the optics.
Or which Republicans say violated the rules.
You can call it peaceful, you can call it whatever, but they had a protest against House policy on the floor.
Okay, let me run that back. Run it back. So our boy up in there, that's Cameron Sexton, who is the Tennessee State Speaker of the House. He's a Republican, and he's the one that I think adjudicates over these matters, at least brings things into order and brings things into session and kind of moves the discussion along there. You're going to see Jerry, I think it's Jeremy Faison, who is going to be speaking here in just a few moments. I got some sound bites from him. And a lot of cool stuff there. So there's Cameron Sexton, in which they've also called for him to resign. But we'll get to that another day.
See on the floor.
No action, no need.
The Tennessee three, only one survived the vote, Gloria Johnson.
It might have to do with the color of our skin.
Oh, man, shots fired. Erskine Music Team. Hey, guys, let's go back and let's get that soundbite because I need that soundbite to be a part of the show. You hear what she just said? I've been running this through all morning. Here we go.
Three, only one survived the vote, Gloria Johnson.
It might have to do with the color of our skin.
I just need that as a soundbite. Can somebody get that for me as a soundbite? It might have to do with, what does it have to do with?
It might have to do with the color of our skin.
Gloria Johnson.
It might have to do with the color of our skin.
GOP.
Come on, America. Can we stop this? Can we stop this media? Come, listen. I'm dying over here. Literally, y'all are killing me, America. Every time the optics of a situation can be decided by looking at the color of someone's skin, that automatically becomes the issue that is out there. When do we actually get to the fact that you, Gloria, and you, Justin, and you, Justin, were out of order in what it is that you did? Can the story be about that? That should have been the story. But no, there's more to the story. Because we want to come in, and I say we, not Erskine, not Erskine's followers on social media. We don't do this. But we as a society want to come in and we want to say, it's black and white. I mean, it's obvious why this happened. Because the black boys were down there and they were doing stuff. And there were some hood brothers that were up in that thing as well. Because I saw them walking into the Capitol, walking into the chamber, and the police were like, nah, you can't come up in this thing. You're gonna have to go up in the gallery. But the brothers were trying to get up in that thing, and that was making some people very unsettled. They were very nervous about that. And so when these three representatives who had access into the chamber actually went in, that's when they took the bullhorn, kind of took over. Everything got a little bit spicy there for just a second. But can we not always default to the black and white? But here's what I need you to do, America. Help me out. Comment section is fully on today. I need you to help me out. I need you to stop with things that make it easier for people who are looking for a racial overtone to make their argument. If it had just been about procedure, if it had just been about the things that were going on there, which I believe that initially it was, nobody would have anything to say. Or they probably would still say something, but they would be verified. No, this is not because of this. It's not because of, and we're going to hear some sound bites that are related to that. But there are certain things, because the punishment did not fit the crime, that make it easier for people to say, look how racist y'all are in Tennessee. And it's unfortunate. We're in 2023. You guys know how I roll in Erskine music. I'm kicking butt everywhere that I go. That's how we do on Erskine music. So I don't care if I'm in Tennessee. I don't care if I'm in Mississippi. I don't care if I'm in Alabama. I don't care if I'm in Georgia. I do not care where I'm at. I am coming to kick butt. And so I've never felt like there was a limitation on anything. Maybe there has been a limitation. Maybe people have not invited me some places, or maybe they have not allowed me the time that I needed at places. I don't know. I honestly, 2023, I'm here telling you, I do not know of overt situations of racism that have affected me in my career. You see where I'm at these days. You see how I'm balling out in this world. But I have had people who have come to me and said, man, I live in Tennessee. Brothers who have come to me and I couldn't, not everybody's articulate. Not everybody's as extroverted as you. Not everybody can overlook some overt racist things that are being done around them or said around them to continue to move forward. That people's psyche, and I completely understand that. But we're in 2023. My message to my black, brown, and other minorities and other folks that are out there is you just go and do the best that you possibly can. God gave you not just the talent, but he also is going to provide the way for you to be able to move forward. So let's just go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and take it. Got to listen. I ain't telling you twice. Like we're coming for this thing. And that's my attitude. But I do have to acknowledge the fact that there are people who are out there who are saying, I could never live in Tennessee. I would never do what it is that you do and go some of the places that you go because of fear. I have been at bars when I first started here and I moved to Nashville. I was at bars 2-3 o'clock in the morning waiting to play open mics, chopping it up with the people, doing different things. And that's how my ministry launched, bro. We didn't start with a silver spoon in our mouth. We didn't start by a record label calling me and saying, hey, you need to come up here and do music. I started cutting some of these songs, some of these fire songs that you guys are hearing now. Man, I was cutting those songs 7-8 years ago in bars, in open mics, night. There's people I wouldn't hang out in some of the places that you were hanging out at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, not in Tennessee, not in Nashville. And I'm trying to tell them, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, Nashville is not racist. No, we're good here in Nashville. We're good in Tennessee. But then things like this happen. And people say, Erskine, what the heck are you talking about? Look at how they're treating black people in Tennessee. Look at how they're treating black people in Nashville. Now, we want to move there. And sometimes it's just a fear factor that folks got to get over. But at other times, when there's things that so blatantly look bad. Talk about decorum. This looks bad. I got to say, dang, help me out, Tennessee. I'm trying to get people to come here and let people know how awesome this place is. And y'all are working against me. 13 minutes away. Can you guys get your act together, Republicans?
Leaders say their decision was not based on race, but that Johnson didn't go as far as her two freshman colleagues.
If you're not supposed to be down there, if you're not supposed to be interrupting the session, if you're not supposed to be involved in this flow of chanters that are out there and inciting the crowd, if you were there doing that, you should be punished like everybody else. And again, you guys know I do not want to throw up the flag of racism. I do not even want to talk about racism in 2023. I want to move beyond some of these discussions so that you guys know why I'm busting tail is because of the merit and the content of my character and the content of my music and the content of the things that I provide. That's why I'm busting tail. It has nothing to do with black and no affirmative action, none of those kind of things. Mano y mano, I faced you up and I beat you. That's why I'm moving forward. I want that to be the narrative of why it is that I'm moving forward. Not because Erskine's getting any special privileges, not because people just need to hear from black voices. None of those things is the reason why I'm moving forward. Because I'm busting people's tails. That's why I'm moving forward. But when you guys do things like we're going to expel the 2 black people that are there, the optics, and then the white woman, we're not going to mess with her. She's from Knoxville, East Tennessee. It's quieter there. I don't, whatever the things are, but this absolutely looks stupid. Can I just say that word? Come on. It looks stupid.
Well, that certainly gives a sense of why people enjoy this show. Very engaging, very heartfelt. We will return to the conversation in a few moments, but first, let's thank our sponsors and you for all your awesome support. Moody Radio's Dawn and Steve Morning Show, Life Action Ministries, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Holt International. Thanks so much to our partners who make such a difference. All right, let's get back to the show. This is where it gets good.
Justin Shea Batista Jones. If you're out there, Justin Shea, Young Shea, Sugar Shea Batista Jones. I'm trying to figure out who, because some people keep asking me, is he like, what is he mixed with? I'm like, no, he's not. Sorry. He was born in 1995. He's an American activist, political from the state of Tennessee. He's a member of the Tennessee House of Representatives, District 52, representing parts of Nashville. That's all a matter of record. He served from January 2023 until April 6th when he was expelled for participating in gun in the state capitol. That's what we're following today. Republicans said that his behavior was disorderly. On April 10th, 2023, the Nashville Council reinstated him to serve as interim representing pending a special election to fill the seat. His early life and education. You guys want to know anything about Mr. Batista? Sugar Shea? Early life and education. He was born in 1995 in Oakland, California, from a Filipina mother. So he's black and Filipino. An African-American father. His mother, Christine, raised Justin and his sister while putting herself through nursing school. He is a grandson of a black working-class grandparents from the south side of Chicago, Filipino immigrants. Migrated to California. He earned a bachelor's degree from Fisk University here in Nashville and also enrolled at Vanderbilt Divinity School. I guess he completed that degree. I don't know why anybody would want to complete that degree. Shots fired at Vanderbilt. I shot those, and I'm not taking that back. He also campaigned for the removal of Nathan Bedford Forrest, which from the Tennessee state capitol. That's gone. Thank you, sir. In 2019. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Justin Jones. No. Hang the heck on just a second. Jones announced his candidacy for the state's House of Representatives 5th Congressional District against Jim Cooper in 2020 elections, and he did not submit enough valid signatures to make the ballot. Jones was arrested for refusing to leave a rally held by Marsha Blackburn in 2018. He was charged in 2019 with assaulting Glenn Casada, a member of the Tennessee House of Representatives, by allegedly throwing a drink at him. He was also banned from the Capitol. Casada later agreed to drop the charges. This is I'm not making this up. In 2020, Jones organized a 62-day sit-in to protest racial justice outside the state capitol after the murder of George Floyd. He was arrested and faced 14 charges, which were dropped. All right, so that's what you got here with your boy Justin Jones. So before you guys start rallying around him, no Justin, no justice kind of stuff, please know we'd like for our leaders to actually be people that we can follow. I'll say more.
From Tennessee, Jeremy Faison. He is the Tennessee Republican Caucus Chair, joining us now.
Jeremy,
thanks for joining us. Can you just kind of explain to us why you believe these two members have just been expelled?
Thank you. That's a great question.
And there's a lot that's going on here. I'm a communications major, so I just want to unpack a couple of things there. Jeremy, and I'll his bio. Jerry is an American member of the House of Tennessee Representatives for the 11th District, and he's chairman of the House Republican Caucus. That's why he's speaking here. After being elected to the majority body in the chairman position, Faison is one of the highest-ranking members of the House leadership in the legislative body. He represents all of Cook County and part of Greene County and Jefferson County. Faison was born on September 14th in Monroe, Georgia. He was homeschooled elementary through high school grade levels and issued a high school diploma at Victoria Christian Academy. Prior to his attending Clearwater, his family also homeschools, and I don't need to get into all of that. But Faison is married with 5 children. They reside in Cosby, Tennessee. He is a worship leader at Crossroads Community Church. He plays several musical instruments. Faison and his wife also own a pest and wildlife control business in Newport, Tennessee. So going out East Tennessee direction. Wait, Newport is west. Sorry, West Tennessee. Wait, no, it's East Tennessee. Man, I don't even know where I'm at anymore in Tennessee. He is a past president of Cook County Republican Party and a member of Cook County Chamber of Commerce. He defeated somebody named Ed Yoakley, but he is a representative for the 11th District. He's a member of the National Rifle Association and the Tennessee Hunters Association. He has been given a grade A by the National Rifle Association Political Victory Fund, a group supporting the Second Amendment rights of American political process. So he's not coming. He's not listening to you with the nonsense of let's take guns away. Let's banish. Let's come get the guns. Let's take them all away. Unconscionable that this kind of thing could happen in that part of town in Nashville. Rich, white, elite, very secure, or so we thought. And so people are responding out of the sheer shock of the mental health crisis that is obviously there, out of the sheer shock of the violence that is there. They're also responding out of the fact that this area of town, Green Hills, how could this possibly happen? Maybe on the other side of town, maybe on Erskine's side of town, these kind of things could happen. Maybe North Nashville sees these kind of things happen, but not here. Not those babies. We live in a fallen world. We need to understand that. And so he's not going to be on this thing. And he's very gracious. Let me tell you what's going on here. Very gracious in answering the questions. I want to come on and ingratiate myself to the audience. But listen to what it is that I'm pointing down at the bottom of the screen. You guys see it. I don't know if it's over here or I don't know if it's over there. But CNN is not coming so that they can present the case for the conservative agenda or the NRA or any of the things that they are vehemently against. But what's going on here? He's going to try to keep calm. The interviewer is going to try to mean mug him, and that's what her responsibility is here. But she's not very good at her job. If you watch other broadcasts, I don't know if she's a rookie or what the situation is, but her role in this, and I know this from communication classes, her role in this is to give a very blank, solid stare and a very skeptical look on her face. And she tries to do that, but she's not very good at acting. So watch what's going on here in this interview, and also listen to what it is.
First of all, I'd like to say it's a terribly sad time. This is a very grave situation that someone would be expelled. Before that, we've had some serious tragedies in Tennessee, and the 6 innocent lives that
were
lost.
So there's people in there protesting
are absolutely devastating. So I want to make sure that we mention that's one of the biggest things going on right now in Tennessee. You asked me specifically about why do I think they would be expelled. And I think that's a great question. America deserves to know. We have several hundred years, over 200 years of an incredible state house history that's rich. Tennessee is one of the most important states in all of America.
I actually kind of agree with him there. I think that Tennessee is a very important state. Now look on her face. This is kind of what she's supposed to do during this interview, to kind of cast doubt. She kind of looks down upon the things that he's saying, and he's kind of softening her up. Like he knows her role, and he's kind of softening her up, talking about the rich history of Tennessee. He's talked about compassionately the grave situation that we find ourselves in.
We have had literally thousands of state reps since.
Look at the look on her face. Look at the look on her face. This is what her role is. But she's terrible at her job. And I don't know who you are, lady, but you're not very good at your job.
1796,
I'm about to show you
who have worked, and then after 1859 have worked in this very chamber that you're seeing me in today.
Okay, so he's just nuancing this thing. I'm just gonna So what she's supposed to do in this situation, because she's a combatant, she's there as a combatant. What she's supposed to do, and she's supposed to break in the middle of this commentary and like, okay, I don't know you're all this stuff. But he says he started with compassionate, grave times, grave concern. She can't break in the middle of that. He can't be emoting and have this solemn tone that's related to children that have just been murdered and administrators that have just been murdered. And she can't jump in and be like, okay, so we don't hear about all this stuff. Talk to me about what is going on. So she's got to wait. And she's not very good at waiting because she doesn't have a very good poker face. So
they have all understood that there are rules and procedures.
He's just slow rolling her out on this thing.
That every voice is heard. There's almost 7 million Tennesseans.
She should have been in by now.
Come up with these ideas that the best way for everybody to be heard is to make sure that we follow the rules of decorum.
Okay, decorum. Now she's supposed to jump in and she's supposed to go on attack mode.
These members have.
She didn't do it. She's failing at her job. She's not going to get this job because she was supposed to jump in right there and say decorum. Okay, that was my key word. I'm supposed to be in. I'm supposed to be a combatant at that point, but she sucks at her job. And so here she is. She just got to go to the smirky face again. And he knows to a certain extent.
I've come in this entire. Oh, go ahead.
He actually gave her the floor back. This man is kind enough to give her the floor back. He knows that she tried to get in. He knows that she's getting worked in this situation. He knows that he's dominated the conversation to this point. He's slow rolling her out. So he's just going to hand her the ball. What a gracious and kind thing to do, because he knows she's not very good at her job.
Interrupt to say, I understand.
Don't be stumbling around when you get the ball back.
Decorum. Van was just making the point there. Of course, not everyone could bring a bullhorn in every time they disagreed. Otherwise, it would be total chaos. But why take this step? Why was there no measure you could have taken before expulsion? Why take the most extreme step so quickly?
So that's an excellent question. More than just what America has seen that took place last Thursday, there's a history all year long of disrupting committees and the House floor, getting off of the germane topic. When I say germane, that means what we're dealing with at that moment, just to make political grandstand.
Okay, so this needs to be understood. What this is a little bit what's going on. All y'all Justin for president, Justin Jones, no justice, no justice, no justice. People that are out there, y'all need to understand what's going on with this bad boy. They've been disrupting things a lot around here. They're known as rabble rousers. And when your character, I can understand, in a certain situation, I could be known as a rabble rouser. You show up somewhere, do something. But for those who know me and who've known me over a period of time, that doesn't describe the character of who I am. I'm not that guy. I may have been that guy. I may have made a mistake. I may even be right in what it is that I'm not known as a rabble rouser. No, I'm a disruptive thinker for sure. But I'm not a rabble rouser. I'm not going to be out marching in the streets and trying to, baseball bats and all the different nonsense that's out there. That's not me. But apparently, reading back through what I read through in the biography of Justin Jones, there's a history of these guys, he and other folks coming and just getting people off topic, just being rabble rousers that are out there. And we don't ascribe character and leadership qualities to those who are rabble rousers. They may, and in fact, have some really good points that they're offering to people during these days. But they're not leaders, because leaders don't act like that.
Well, you probably already know that when you hear that sound, there's music on the way. After all, this is kind of a music show. Sit back and enjoy. All the music can be easily found on your favorite digital distribution channels. Turn up the volume and here we go.
Somehow, no one's gonna keep you down.
what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 Do what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 Do what you gotta do. Tell everyone, everywhere, go hard or go back from where you came. It's a big deal. This is so real. Can't stop it now. It's such a great thrill. Your heart's pumping, no stopping. Like a tidal wave that keeps coming. You're running and running for something, yeah. You're gonna make it some way, somehow. No one's gonna keep you down. When you know what you're supposed to do, then go do what you gotta do. Some way, somehow, I know you can turn it around. When you know what you're supposed to do, then go do what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 We can see the other side. Don't give up and don't stop trying. No matter what's in front or what's behind, you're gonna make it some way, somehow. No one's gonna keep you down. When you know what you're supposed to do, then go do what you gotta do. Some way, somehow, I know you can turn it around. When you know what you're supposed to do, then go do what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 Do what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 Go do what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 Do what you gotta do. Yeah. 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 Go do what you
Have
gotta
some measure
do.
of self-control. When it comes down to it, when things need to actually get done, instead of diverting the issues, we need to actually get down to what the real issues are and how things can be done. I'm going to play just a few more moments of this because he's working on it.
We've called them out. The chairman of committees, the Speaker of the House have been calling them out time and time again for grabbing the mic, sucking the air out of the room.
You begin called out time and time again for grabbing the mic, and I think this is
making sure
documented.
no other voices heard. And finally, when they come and act so foolish on the House floor, this is a sacred place that belongs to everybody, and literally start looking up into the gallery with a bullhorn, getting the protesters worked up into a frenzy. That is incumbent on us to say, you've gone a step too far, and we're going to take steps to make.
Now, outside of the chamber, there's some brothers and some sisters out there, and they're like, okay, y'all not going up in the chamber.
Make sure that
But let me
if you ever do come back, if you get reelected,
like 10
that
times.
you know it's a serious thing to Tennesseans that you come and disrupt the people's house.
The
So I think it was
speaker-
very,
the speaker here-
very important for us to do that.
The speaker here likened what they did to what happened on January
Her expression, his expression.
6 in Washington, D.C. Do you agree with that comparison?
This is a
I
fantastic
believe
answer.
them coming in and taking over the house. They called it occupying the well. The well is where we stand up front to pass. That is incredibly disruptive and embarrassing to the legislature, the institution that we have here. And
All right,
I didn't see
here's the image that I wanted to stop the thing on, and I probably got to go today because I got stuff that I need to do. I can't be up in this thing all day educating you about what's going on here. The optics of this situation. As a communication major, I'm watching all this, and there's a lot of flaws that are in this. There's a lot of mistakes, but just he's working her, but he's also giving some reasonable answers to what's going on here. Not reasonable enough to do what it is that they do. And so I got to play one more soundbite before I get out of here. But look who's protesting here. Look who's getting worked up in the gallery. Look who the combatants are. Look who the evil people are. Let's see. Can I get the cursor to go over here? Got grandma over here We got homeschool kid right there. We got mixed ethnicity guy. I don't know who. Very not even paying attention person over here. We got people who are social media over here. People holding up signs. Look like they're in middle school. Maybe they're in high school. I'm just kidding. High schoolers look a little bit different these days. We got that's a lady. She was in the nursing home earlier that day. Who were so disruptive that they had to expel these two people. I gotta click off of this one. Because we need to hear from
In Nashville, where she is meeting with state legislators and gun reform advocates amid the fallout from Tennessee state Republicans' decision to expel two elected Democrats, Justin J. Pearson and Justin Jones, from the legislature. Jones and Pearson broke House decorum rules to participate in gun reform protests on the legislative floor.
Look. Oh, hang on. Hang the heck on.
Only the third time that state lawmakers have been expelled from the Tennessee legislature since
there were
the
some
Civil
brothers
War.
sitting back on
With us now, Republican Tennessee state lawmaker Brian Ritchie. Representative Ritchie, thanks for joining us. So you were one of 7 Republicans who voted against expelling Democrat Gloria Johnson.
And I want you to hear one thing that he says
and one of just 3
here
Republicans who voted against expelling Representative Justin Pearson. But you did vote to expel Representative Justin Jones. Can you explain your votes to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started sharing with leadership and everybody that I did not think that expulsion was the right thing. What?
I like this guy. I'm gonna have to go meet him someday. I'm in East Tennessee a lot. I'm gonna have to go see him and say, hey, brother, somebody who has a calm head, who has a resident demeanor that demands that, hey, can we just cool the voices that are in the room for just a second? He's talking to the other Republicans and telling them, hey, I understand they broke the rules of decorum. We understand what the House Section 2, Article 12 says with regards to decorum and our ability to do this. But I don't think that's what we need to do. So why did he vote for the expulsion?
These 3 individuals did was completely horrible. It was a disrespect to our General Assembly, those members that have served before me and that will serve in the future. According to Article 2, Section 12 of our Constitution, did it constitute them being expelled? Absolutely.
So let me read you Article 2, Section 12, just so that we're clear about what that is. Each House may determine the rules of its proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and with the concurrence of 2/3 expel a member, but not a second time for the same offense, and shall have all other powers necessary for the branch of legislature free of a free state, excuse me. So let's look at that.
In my opinion, was it warranted? And I did not believe so. Representative Jones's office is right next door to mine.
No. Representative Jones' office is right next door to mine. Remember when you were in middle school and you had lockers, little combination lockers? Literally, their combination lockers are right next to each other. So he's a very young, up-and-coming senator. Justin Jones, young, up-and-coming. I guess they put all the freshmen in one. The freshmen are in one hall. And so their lockers are right next to each other, and they talk with one another from time to time. And listen to what is said here. And this is a very big whole thing, and then I got to go because I can't be exposing the media to you guys all day long. I got things that I need to do to keep the Erskine music situation moving forward.
Multiple conversations with him this week, letting him know that I wasn't in favor. And essentially, he told me that he wanted to be kicked out because
he had multiple conversations with Justin Jones, in which Justin Jones said, I want to be kicked out and expelled. What? Why would you? Wait a minute. That seems extreme. Yes, I'm going to make it even more extreme. There's a reductio ad absurdum that's going on here. I'm going to make them look so foolish for expelling me. I want you to vote for my expulsion. Can we run the tape back? Run the tape back. Listen to what he said.
Multiple conversations with him this week, letting him know that I wasn't in favor. And essentially, he told me that he wanted to be kicked out because his following was growing.
Following is growing. I'm getting very popular with all of this attention that's being given to me. I want you to kick me out.
Getting all this national exposure, and that the Metro City Council had already said that they're going to reappoint him.
This is a done deal, folks. It's a done deal. He knows with all the attention that's going on, if he gets kicked out of the Senate, He understands the fact that the Metro Council has already told him, we're going to just vote you back in. So you go in there, act a fool, do whatever the heck you want to do. And when you get kicked out, we're going to put you right back in there. So he's playing, I'm sorry to use a little analogy from gaming industry, but he's playing with house money. He already knows and wants to get kicked out. He's going to be up in there acting a fool. And like Mama used to always say, you can't take black folks nowhere. Y'all can't take black folks nowhere. Y'all gonna go act a fool everywhere y'all go. That's what Mama used to say. I used to always laugh. But at any rate, this is no laughing matter. He wanted to get kicked out. He wanted to get expelled because he knew that was going to give him even greater national exposure. Now, when you see all the images of people who are chanting, no Justin, no justice, that is exactly what he wanted to have happen. And he listen, y'all done got played.
We have come to the end of this episode. Don't miss a final word from Erskine.
Hey guys, tell your friends about this show. And as always, I look forward to your interactions. Please contact us as you are able. We love to hear from you. Okay, friends, let's go and make a difference.